We are here in eastern Des Moines on a 300,000 square foot distribution center watching a slab on grade pour, and we are going to show you guys how a concrete laser screed leveling system works. To operate a concrete laser screed, first a laser transmitter is placed outside of the pour area. Then the concrete laser screed is pulled up to the edge of the wet concrete. The boom extends over the unsmooth concrete, and the sensors on the end of the boom talk to the laser transmitter that is placed outside of the pour area to get the correct elevation. The boom is then lowered and retracts towards the machine itself, which smooths out the freshly poured concrete. Using the concrete laser screed is very beneficial for productivity, as it is no longer requiring traditional manual labor for screeding the concrete.
So before you can actually use the laser screed, there's a lot of preparation that takes place beforehand. For starters, you got to make sure your subgrade is properly compacted. In this case, it's going to be gravel. You're going to also want to make sure that your vapor barrier is installed with no nicks or cuts in it. In this case, they only need vapor barrier in the office area, and they've already poured that, so when we get in there, you're just going to see gravel. They don't require it in the actual warehouse part of this. You're also going to have to make sure that your reinforcing is in place. Here they don't require any reinforcing in like the actual slab, like wire mesh or anything like that. You will see reinforcing between the slabs to keep it from heaving. And in that case, they're using diamond dowels. You also have to make sure that you have proper truck routes in place to make sure that trucks can get in and out swiftly in a timely manner. If you don't have that, you can have trucks waiting for a long time, and some trucks might even time out, costing you money, slowing down productivity. You also have to make sure that on the laser screed crew, you have enough people to help ensure that you're getting your concrete properly vibrated, and also making sure that you have guys helping the laser screed to not get over the flow of the concrete in front of it.
We're going to start inside where the concrete trucks are going to back into our pour area. The concrete trucks are then going to pull out the concrete in a smooth level plane to be flattened with the laser screed. The laser screed is then going to move over to the pile and flatten out the concrete. The laser screed is going to do this by using a power head on top of the boom. The boom is going to extend out over the concrete, lower, and with its laser guidance, flatten out the concrete. On this power head, you'll see there's an auger attachment that's going to flatten out the concrete. This auger attachment is also going to have a laser vibrating screed on the back side. The vibrating screed is going to level out the concrete and keep it nice and smooth, without bringing too much water to the surface where it could hurt the integrity of the finish. After this process is performed, it's going to continue to do that vibrating and smoothing process along the whole pile as the boom extends back to the machine. You'll notice the machine operator is sitting on top of the machine. Our machine here today you can ride on, where some machines are remote operated for smaller, tight areas. The machine operator is also going to be sure that the proper amount of concrete is poured before he extends the boom. This is going to allow him, when he brings the boom back, not to have the concrete reach the tires, which can get the machine dirty and track throughout the job site.
Productivity-wise, we're looking at about 130 cubic yards of concrete poured per hour, keeping in mind that this is only the second time that Ryan Companies has used this piece of equipment. They're estimating that eventually they'll be able to pour about 150 cubic yards of concrete per hour. Once they use the equipment more, limit their mistakes, and have a more experienced operator, will increase the productivity of this piece of equipment. Overall, this piece of equipment helps cut down the amount of manpower needed, the amount of labor, and the overall time cut in your schedule. If you're looking to buy a piece of equipment like this, to own it, it's going to be around $150,000, whereas if you're going to rent it, it's going to be about $2,000 a day. If you're a company like Ryan Companies who pours a lot of concrete, it'd be more cost effective to buy the piece of equipment rather than rent it, which is exactly what they did.
Concerning our slab on grade pours, there's a few safety threats inside the building that we have to be cautious of. A few of those are being crushed by the laser screed, as well as CO2 levels and carbon monoxide levels. How we're combating these safety hazards is we have spotters that are around the laser screed to make sure they keep people away from the laser screed so that no one gets crushed. Working with the CO2 and carbon monoxide levels, each worker inside has a bracelet that monitors the level of CO2 and carbon monoxide in the building, so that if levels get too high, we can evacuate the building and let the air clear out.
Thanks for watching. We hope you learned a thing or two about concrete laser screed leveling. This technology is a crucial part of the concrete industry, and you will probably see it on one of your future projects.